We will now do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On behalf of the City of Meriden and the Meriden Fire Department, I am State Representative Michael Quinn, and I represent the 82nd District here in Meriden. And I'd like to welcome you all to Maloney High School for our change of command ceremony, where we will install the 21st Chief of the Meriden Fire Department. I'd like to begin this evening by acknowledging all of the first responders, past and present, who are in the room this evening, from police departments, fire departments, and EMS. And if we could all give them a round of applause and thanks for all that they do. And I'd like to also acknowledge all of the friends and family who are here this evening. As anyone knows who's related to a first responder, it's a difficult job being a family member. You fear you may get that call late in the night, and you hope that you never do, and you just know that your loved one is out there doing all that they can to keep us all safe and secure. I'd like to acknowledge several officials who are in the room who are not on the stage and speaking from the Meriden City Council, and I'll apologize right off the bat if I miss somebody, because you go down a bad road when you try and acknowledge people, because someone may have snuck in that I didn't see. But from the Meriden City Council, we have City Councilors Chad Cardillo and Mike Zakrzewski. And from our police department, we have members of our command staff, Chief Roberto Rosado, Deputy Chief Jerry Scully, and Captain John Manone. And if we could give them all a round of applause. In addition to those, some of whom you'll be hearing from, some of you who will not, I have my legislative colleagues, Representative Hilda Santiago from the 84th District in Meriden, Representative Jack Fazzino, who represents the 83rd District in Meriden and part of Cheshire and part of Berlin, and State Senator Jan Hockadell from the 13th Senate District, who represents Meriden, part of Cheshire, part of Middletown, and part of Middlefield. We also have on the stage, we have our outgoing Chief, Ken Morgan. We have our current Deputy Chief, John Galdenzi. One of our current Assistant Chiefs, Steven Schoeck, who will be playing a role later on. We also have retired Deputy Chief and current New Britain firefighter, Ryan Dunn. Yeah. Our city manager, Brian Daniels, and our deputy mayor, Bruce Fontanella, and Lieutenant Governor Susan Beisowitz. And at this time, I would ask the Lieutenant Governor to the podium for remarks.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining on this truly historic day in Meriden. This evening, we have the immense honor of swearing in Chief Cristina Schoeck, the very first female fire chief in the city of Meriden. And as you may have surmised, women in the fire service and certainly women in the leadership of the fire service are few and far between. And so today I'd like to take the opportunity to acknowledge women in the fire service from either our state or from other states, because I think Cristina has friends coming from other states. If you are a female currently or formerly in the fire service, please stand up so that we can say thank you to you. I see you, ladies, so you have to stand up. Thank you so much. This is what great leadership looks like, and I see my friend, Chief Shelley Carter. Shelley is the chief of the fire service in the city of Hamden. Thank you so much for joining us, Chief Carter. And Chief Murray, former Chief Murray, thank you so much for coming out to support Cristina. And before I brag for a couple of minutes about our future Chief Schoeck, I think it's very important for all of us to acknowledge and to say thank you to Chief Ken Morgan for all of his service and great work for the city of Meriden and our state. Thank you so much for your leadership, Chief Morgan. So today we're here to celebrate Chief Schoeck, who brings 23 years of dedicated service to the Meriden Fire Department. Not only is she a proven leader here in Meriden, but she has been a passionate teacher and champion for future public servants. Her dedicated service extends far beyond the firehouse walls. Chief Schoeck is also an educator at Eastern Connecticut Fire School, a CPR and EMT instructor, and a volunteer at the Firefighter Cancer Support Network. Cristina Schoeck is also the co-director of Camp Fully Involved, a summer camp that is designed to introduce young women to the fire service. And this is something that is truly important because we are at a moment, ladies and gentlemen, where it's been very difficult to find enough women and men to join the fire service. So these recruitment efforts that Cristina has made are truly important. And Cristina does this because she is committed to uplifting the next generation of women and minorities so that they can see themselves in this very important profession that is the fire service. Since her most recent promotion in 2023, Chief Schoeck has been an integral part of the fire service. She's been serving in her role as Deputy Chief of Operations and has served as Meriden's Emergency Management Co-Director. Her appointment as chief is more than just a personal achievement. It's a milestone for Meriden, and it's a milestone for the state of Connecticut, because in case you're wondering, there have only been just a few other women who have served as fire chief. So this is very, very important. This appointment is testament to Cristina's leadership experience and her persistence in this great community. So, Cristina, your journey has paved the way for future generations, and it is an honor as the person who serves as the governor's chair on the Council of Women and Girls to be here to witness this historic moment as you step into your new, very well-deserved and well-earned role. You are a role model for what leaders in the fire service look like, and I have all the faith in the world that you are going to do a tremendous job in service of Meriden and our beautiful state. So congratulations, Chief Schoeck. I'm looking forward to swearing you in a few moments. Thank you so much.
All right, and next we will hear from our Deputy Mayor, Bruce Fontanella.
Welcome, I'm Bruce Fontanella, and I'm here in place of America Scarpati, who needed to be elsewhere tonight. And I'm here to welcome you on behalf of the City of Meriden and the City Council and the Mayor to this really wonderful ceremony that we're going to have in a few minutes. In fact, I'm particularly honored that I'm probably going to be the last person that can call you acting chief before you're actually sworn in and become the chief. I'm really excited that the chief is from the ranks of the Meriden Fire Department and is going to lead the Meriden Fire Department, as I understand, the first female chief in Meriden. It's quite an accomplishment. I also would like to acknowledge the work that I guess we can say former Chief Morgan did in taking the Meriden Fire Department through the years of his tenure, and also tutoring Chief Schoeck into being able to perform her job as the next chief. I'm going to now turn the mic back over to Mike so that he can continue on with the presentation. Welcome.
As I think most of us know, the mayor works for Thompson Candy, so I think he was probably pulling double duty, wrapping extra Easter bunnies for next week, so he had a good excuse. Next, we will hear from our city manager, Brian Daniels.
Good evening, everyone. I began as the city manager of Meriden in just August of last year, and I was fortunate to inherit Roberto Rosado as our police chief, and I was fortunate to inherit David Boyce as our director of emergency communications. But I knew that in a few short months, I was going to have the responsibility of appointing a new fire chief. I met with Chief Morgan, I met with our Director of Human Resources, Kathy Zigmont, and I got to know Deputy Chief Schoeck. And any concerns that I had about the ability to fill the position with someone who was qualified, who was going to be a great fit for the city of Meriden, quickly disappeared. We already had the perfect candidate within our ranks. There was no need to conduct a national or even a statewide search. As you heard, and you probably hear numerous times, Cristina was appointed as a Meriden firefighter over 20 years ago in 2002. She has served as lieutenant, training and safety officer, emergency management co-director, and deputy chief of operations. She has earned the position of fire chief through decades of experience, dedication, and leadership. The members of the Meriden Fire Department respect her. Her integrity is beyond reproach, and her appointment will ensure a seamless transition within the department. I have every confidence that Fire Chief Schoeck will ably, honorably, and successfully lead the Meriden Fire Department for many years to come. Chief Schoeck, you are the right candidate at the right time in this city's history, and I offer you my sincerest congratulations on your promotion tonight. Thank you.
And next we will hear from the department's 20th chief, Fire Chief Ken Morgan.
Good evening. 11 years and 8 months ago, I took the leadership position at the Meriden Fire Department. I was new to the city and did not know anyone outside of the city manager and the personnel director. In the process of moving into our apartment, I noticed the fire truck moving through the neighborhood. I flagged it down so that I could talk to the crew. Behold, the first person from the Meriden Fire Department I talked to was then firefighter Cristina Schoeck. I inherited a department that was by most accounts stagnant and had not had much progress over the last 10 to 12 years. To be honest, the department had faced great tragedy, and that took a toll on the department. Though mostly recovered, there seemed to be an old school routine. Equipment was dated, apparatus was old and in disrepair. This simply was not conducive to a modern-day fire operations. I would be remiss if I did not give the acknowledgement to the members, because despite these shortcomings, they did the job and they did it very well. I always felt that it was the responsibility of the chief to lead the department, and to advocate for your staff, keep them safe, provide them with the safest and most modern equipment and apparatus. Basically, leave the organization better than when you arrived. We've made great progress over the last 11 plus years, and I feel we are a better department to be prepared for what lies ahead. This is bittersweet for me, as I love this organization and its people. But the time has come to pass the torch to a new mind, a person with new ideas, great passions, and a cool, level-headed leadership ability. I knew from the minute Chris accepted the position of deputy chief that I had made the right decision. Thank you, Donna, for giving me that prompt. Chris hit the ground running and never looked back. She has become a leader that is respected by her peers and by the department. She is a dedicated chief who will take the progress we have made over the last 11 years, keep the momentum moving, and continue to build this organization to its potential. While I'm sad that I'm stepping down, as I will miss the MFD family, I know that I am leaving the MFD brothers and sisters in great hands. Those that have followed the department know that I refer to the department members as the best of the best, describe the department as a big city department on a small scale, an aggressive department with safety in mind, and one in which the members are dedicated to ensuring anyone in harm's way will be a priority, and they will do whatever they need to protect the citizens of the city of Meriden and its visitors. To Chris, you have earned this. You deserve this, and I know you will excel as the 21st Chief of the Department of the Meriden Fire Department of Emergency Services. Congratulations and thank you.
And our last speaker will be retired Deputy Chief and current New Britain firefighter Ryan Dunn.
Chris is going to owe me big for this. Good evening. On March 19th, I received a phone call from Cristina at around 3 in the afternoon, which truthfully isn't that uncommon, as we pretty much stay in touch regularly. Certainly not as much as when we worked together as deputy chiefs, but it's still not all that uncommon. Part bench session, part check-in, part busting chops. This conversation was pretty normal. As the conversation was wrapping up, Cristina says, "I have a favor to ask," followed by a very long pause, followed by feel free to say no, followed by another long pause, during which the crazy possibilities of this unknown favor were running through my head. And if I'm being honest, virtually anything she said next was going to get the answer, yes, absolutely no problem. Then she asked, "Would you be willing to speak at my promotional ceremony?" Oh boy, this is where the feel free to say no came into play. Cristina 100% knows my dislike of public speaking because I shamelessly pawned that task off on her every chance I got. Although I knew the answer would be yes, I had to make her sweat a little bit, maybe a minute, maybe a couple days. And then I said, "I'd be honored, but I'm going to get back to you." And here we are. So I truly am honored and privileged to be here today to speak on the promotion of the city's 21st fire chief. Yes, that's correct. Only 20 other individuals have had the privilege of being the fire chief of the Meriden Fire Department since 1873. Fire Chief Cristina Schoeck, you're in some very esteemed company. For obvious reasons, this is an extremely historic day for the City of Meriden and the City of Meriden Department of Fire and Emergency Services. One of the often overshadowed and overlooked reasons that today is historic is that for the first time since Cristina's rookie year as a firefighter in 2002, the city leadership has recognized there is talent from within the department and promoted an internal candidate with the necessary institutional knowledge, character, and humility to steer, guide, and advocate this great department, its members, and the community as a whole. I'd like to take a moment to thank City Manager Brian Daniels for not overlooking Cristina's commitment, dedication, and talent, and going with the recommendation of the outside fire chiefs who were part of her interview panel, thus breaking a 23-year practice of hiring chiefs from not within the department. It's certainly refreshing to see, and it didn't go unnoticed. When Cristina started in 2002, the Meriden Fire Department, with the Meriden Fire Department, there was trepidation. It had been some 17 years since the department hired the first female firefighter in 1985. While Maggie certainly paved the way for Cristina, 17 years was a long time. Nearly an entire career's worth of firefighters had only known a department with one female. Cristina was assigned to Engine 3, Group 4, with then Lieutenant Brian Wysocki and firefighter Larry D'Addario. Cristina set the tone for her career by handling the day-to-day firehouse life with grace, hard work, dedication, and humor. There's one particular story regarding her humor that is probably best left for her retirement party far down the road. Having been assigned to Truck 1 Group 4 during that time, we had the opportunity to work together, and I certainly remember Cristina's first fire, which was a morning change of shift fire on Gravel Street, right across the street here. The fire was in the basement of that apartment building across the street, and if I recall, Cristina had the nozzle of the backup line. There was no doubt she was into the job, and she was certainly into the game after this fire. One other reason I remember this fire is because she may or may not have pushed me down the stairs. We were very busy her first year, and with each one, Cristina proved herself as a valuable member of the team. A transfer roughly in 2004, 2005 brought her to Engine 1 Group 1 with Lieutenant Greg Polanski and firefighter John Gagne. After Greg's passing from occupational cancer, Cristina became a tireless advocate for firefighter cancer awareness and prevention, as well as a trainer with the Firefighter Cancer Support Network. Make no mistake, Larry and Greg are smiling down, Chris. Proud as can be. Upon her promotion to fire lieutenant, she was assigned to and remained on Engine 1 Group 1, where she worked under A.C. Donovan and A.C. Finnegan, respectively, and learned the role of first-line supervisor. It was the redesign of the training division, allowing for a training and safety officer to work on each shift, that her talents for training and administration really came to light, while assigned to Group 3 with Assistant Chief Noonan. Her leadership experience and passion for training with Camp Fully Involved proved invaluable during her time in the training division. She held the office together and brought a level of organization that the division had never seen since its inception in the early 1990s. In early 2023, Deputy Chief Shaw's retirement created an open spot, and Cristina stood out among a group of extremely talented candidates from within the department and was promoted to Deputy Fire Chief. She quickly became my trusted teammate, confidant, and most importantly, an extremely great friend. Cristina's open mind, willingness to learn, compassion, and ability to see the larger picture are among her best professional attributes, helped with the transition from line staff to administration. Cristina's loyalty can never be questioned, and anyone who knows Cristina knows her dedication to the department is second only to the love of her family and friends. A person would be hard-pressed to find a better friend than Cristina. Countless times, she has stopped whatever she was doing to help a friend in need. She's the first to call injured firefighters and members of the department, or to reach out and check in on people who may be going through a rough spot in their life, and to volunteer her time for the many great causes within and from outside the department. Cristina embodies the department motto, mission first, people always. The mission's success is always predicated upon the success of the organization's people. Congratulations to both the City of Meriden and most importantly to my friend Cristina Schoeck on your promotion to Fire Chief for the City of Meriden.
And without further ado, let's move on to the actual swearing-in ceremony. I've had the honor of swearing in Cristina as both a lieutenant and deputy chief, and I couldn't be prouder to cede that responsibility to my friend, the lieutenant governor, this evening. So if the lieutenant governor and Chief Morgan would come up first. We've got it all worked out.
Got it.
All right. And Cristina, if you would approach.
All right. And I always like to have the family members come up as well because they are serving and sacrificing alongside. So do we have any family members that would like to come right up? Okay. Awesome. We got the husband. Fabulous. All right. All right. So if you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, as well as the ordinances of the City of Meriden and the regulations of the City of Meriden and the fire service rules and regulations, so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as fire chief for the City of Meriden to the best of your abilities, so help you God. Congratulations. All right.
And I know she loves speaking too, so without further ado, I present Fire Chief Cristina Schoeck.
Just to clarify, I don't love speaking in public, but I've often been forced to when people pawned it off on me. I do want to say thank you to the Lieutenant Governor, the state representatives, Deputy Mayor, City Manager, members of Meriden Fire Department, the Local 1148, most importantly, my friends and my family, and Steven, my husband, who's always stood by my side, my biggest supporter, and always had faith. I want to say I've been very lucky and blessed with having a lot of mentors who have helped me along the way. One of the things that we say in the fire service is, we won the lottery. It's the best job in the world. And it doesn't matter where you are, firefighters will always respond that way. But I won the lottery when I got hired in Meriden, because you can love the job, but the people that you work with every day can make or break your day. And I'm truly blessed when I got hired in Meriden, because I love the members of the Meriden Fire Department. It has been a great career, and I thank them for making every day a great day. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Again, on behalf of the City of Meriden and the Meriden Fire Department, I want to thank you all for your attendance this evening. I've been fortunate to have had a very close relationship with the department since I became the city's corporation counsel back in 2007. And even though I'm not around City Hall anywhere near as much as I used to be, I still feel at home anytime I walk into one of our 6 fire stations, because as Chief Schoeck said, we've got the best here. Sorry to everybody else, but we've got the best here. And that also extends to our police department, and we've got the best of all emergency services here in the Silver City. So I've just won myself a lot of support for stating that. But in all seriousness, these are always great events, and I think that this evening we were able to kick it up a notch because it was such a monumental occasion. So again, I thank you all for being here. We have a reception behind us in the cafeteria that you are ordered to go to, or else Kathy Zigman will have to take a lot of leftovers home. So please head across the hall. And again, thank you very much for being here and being part of this wonderful event.